Does access to firearms correlate with suicide, unintentional shootings, and domestic violence? Why does this matter? This matters because when we think of gun deaths, many of us imagine crimes or mass shootings, but actually, the majority are suicides. Most, and in general, most suicides go unheard of, with nobody telling anybody, not their loved ones, not their significant other, not their friends. They do it alone, and this is why it's even scary to think about how suicide is above every single type of death with guns, even though there's probably millions of more suicides from guns that we don't know about. So, for example, in 2023, out of 46,728 gun deaths, 27,300 were suicides, which is roughly around 50% of deaths which are coming from suicides with guns. This is just a table list of the methods of how, like the most popularity methods of how people uh, commit suicide. And the list here is firearms, hanging, suffocation, drowning, gas poisoning, jumping from height, drug/liquid poisoning, cutting/self-inflicted wounds. As you can see, obviously, firearms is the top priority, like the biggest problem corresponding to suicides. To correlate with like, firearms and guns are accidental fatalities. Accidental fatalities don't happen very often, but they still do happen, and it's good to hear about because it's all about gun safety and how you control your weapon and how you store it. So, there's a little story, for example. Uh, for example, in 2022, a 12-year-old girl accidentally shot her 14-year-old cousin in the head, killing him on the spot, which led to her ending her own life in the same moment due to pure adrenaline reaction, just all of the above. But this does go to show why proper gun storage is crucial, especially around younger aged people. And this is just a list of accidental fatalities. So, as you can see, in 2023, out of the 46,728 total gun deaths, only 463 were accidental, which even then is still very high. The US's average is 486 accidental gun deaths per year, down from 650 in earlier decades. So it has been getting better, but it's still a recurring problem in America, which, and obviously, children are heavily impacted, 110 deaths annually among 0 to 14-year-olds. Some common causes of accidental fatalities could range from assuming a gun is unloaded, mishandling while like if you're playing with it, cleaning, loading, hunting accidents, and alcohol use. All right, for my last slide, it's domestic violence fatalities, which is just all facts and lists about like domestic violence fatalities due to firearms. A gun is a domestic violence situation makes the victim 5 times more likely to be killed, which is statistically proven. And then 700 plus women are shot and killed each year by current or former intimate partners. Sorry. Guns are used in over half of all intimate partner homicides. 77% of victims are women, which is crazy to think about because you always hear all these stories. Oh, this guy's really bad. Oh, she's really bad. But behind the picture, behind all like the likes, the shares, this is real life, and that's what it's like, statistically proven. The U.S. accounts for 92% of women in high-income countries killed with guns. DV-linked mass shootings often involve children, and family-related mass shootings, 40% of those killed are children, which does correlate because if you're like in a domestic violence dispute with your partner and you have kids around, it's most likely not going to end the way it should. Intimate partner firearm homicides rose 20% between 2019 to 2021 because of COVID-19 worsened the trend. There are laws that exist to disarm abusers, but loopholes and enforcement gaps remain. And that's my presentation. Thank you.